Well, you guys, we're here. Second season Colorado. A first for us. Here's the gunman. Howdy. What are your thoughts? Hunting familiar place with a rifle, and I'm excited. We're gonna just kind of divide and conquer tonight and see what's around. I know we're going to be seeing more dudes, but I think we can find pockets of elk and should be moving. It's chilly. Yeah, I'm excited. Getting unpacked here at the cabin and gonna probably do some shooting. Make sure the 300 win is hitting good at 100. And then try to find elk tonight. Anything else I'm missing?
Nope.
Cool. Something was getting got in there. Alrighty. CVA, Cascade, 300 Win Mag, Vortex Razor HD, LHT, scope. Got a Swagger bipod on the bottom, and Remington, core lock, 180 grain bullets. Just gonna check zero quick. Well, we glad we checked zero. We were probably, I don't know, 4 inches high to the right consistently. So we just made a slight adjustment for some elevation and hit bullseye on the third shot. So just a slight little change, and I think we're probably gonna head out here soon and try to find some elk for tomorrow, opening day. All right, you guys. Super pumped to be out here. Evening 1. Season opens tomorrow morning. Never done this second rifle before, but pumped to be here. Such a cool time to be here. Never been out here during this time, and love the colors, the smells. Most aspens are dropped. So going up to an old trusty spot tonight. Dad's going to another old trusty. Nate, he's just fly fishing right now, even though tag's in his pocket, acting like he doesn't even care. No, but he's gonna be behind the wheel. A lot more dudes in first rifle, obviously. That's expected, but his job is to kind of get a vibe and see what to expect. Seeing some boot tracks in here, but I don't know, hoping to just find something to go after in the morning.
Whose alarm is that?
Got some Joe. That's gonna happen every single day, like probably every single hunt, where our plan is gonna get derailed, so we gotta have B, C, D, and E plans all ready to go and be confident in those and willing to back it up with the effort, because we're gonna see a lot of orange pumpkins out there today in the next few days, so. There's gotta be another guy around here somewhere. Where is he? It's legal light, so this is like our plan D. We've just seen guys every few hundred yards. Our initial plan, there's a truck there. So we just kind of found a spot in between some guys in this valley, just hoping we could see some elk moving back and forth. So we're just getting ready to make a play if we see anything. Sun's just... Yeah, we've seen it the whole time. Yeah. So... it's about 30 minutes after sunrise. This morning, Thompson and I went to a trailhead where Tom scouted last night. There were no guys there. There was a truck there this morning. Looking back on it, we should have probably just gone in there. Came to this other valley where, similar to a spot to where Tom shot his bull last year. Get to our first knob. There's a guy right there. Keep going this way. He's like, there's another guy down there in that meadow, and then there's two up by that lake. So we're like, okay, trying to think about what he means by that. So we're like, okay, let's go in between these meadows, drop out of these trees. There's a dude like 10 feet from us. I'm like, all right. So we get back up. By that time, it's like breaking light. Get up to this spot. There's another guy, probably 500 yards that way, maybe a little further. Didn't see any elk. We're just game planning on what we want to do for the rest of today or tomorrow. Probably thinking that we're going to have to make some adjustments. We were encouraged by yesterday's scout, not seeing a lot of guys, but it seems like people just didn't like to scout. So we're just, we want to give ourselves a little better odds. So I think we might be going to change some things up, but we're probably going to head out of here. And figure something out. Where's your bear spray? It's in my pocket. Where? Which pocket? More people get sprayed with bear spray than bears.
Oh my gosh, it's buried too. You're gonna be able to.
Yeah, what are you gonna do when
Bear, let me just.
what are you gonna do when the lion's on you?
In the middle of the morning when it's pitch black, yeah, I carry this.
I'm carrying a 300 Win Mag, boss. Just thinking about the next play. I think we know where we want to be. Just kind of figuring out when we want to do that and which level of effort we want to put in. But need to warm up.
Should have been hunting whitetails, man. Our biggest buck daylighted this morning, 7:25 a.m. northeast, 5 to 9 miles an hour.
See if Dad's figured out some coffee. Game plan tonight. We are just packing up, gonna go gain some elevation, sit a meadow that we sat in 2023 for archery. But we're just trying to find some little pockets where these elk are maybe trying to get away from some pressure. So we're gonna, I think it's probably about an hour hike. So we're gonna leave here soon and do some scouting, see if we can find some fresh sign and find some elk. We spent midday watching the Huskers lose another 1-touchdown game. Good Lord. We hiked about 45 minutes up, gained quite a bit of elevation, and we are going to take a different way to this meadow that we've never taken before. We're just gonna side hill. I'm just kind of still hunting, looking for sign. We've got about 500 yards till we hit the edge of that meadow where we want to sit. So I don't care if it takes us an hour to get there. I think we're just gonna take it slow and scout hard. It's about 4:30 p.m. We are set up alongside this meadow, and we've got about 250 yards of visibility. It's kind of a thin meadow, but I'm just hoping that something's bedded close. I wanted to come out here and feed this evening, kind of like they typically do this time of the year. This spot is good for a couple of reasons. We're away from guys. We are probably 1,000 feet higher than when we were hunting this morning. And I doubt it's been hunted. My only hesitation is just the slight lack of sign. We saw some old tracks, but nothing that's like really new. But we only walked like 50 yards of this meadow edge, so they could be coming in from anywhere up there, and we just can't see it. So we think this is our best bet, just to give it a shot for this evening. We've got about 2 hours till sunset, so we're just gonna get comfortable. Oh yeah, no. It's a cow. We elected to do some scouting this morning from the vehicle. We're just trying to get a better game plan of what elevation these elk are at. All we've heard is that they're high. And so we were just going to drive some roads this morning and see if indeed they are high. We've got a game plan for this afternoon and tomorrow, but this morning we just kind of wanted to do some more scouting. Obviously we're toting the rifle, just because you never know when you can see one. This is all public ground, so we're gonna just do some glassing and try to get a game plan together for where these elk are hanging out. Check. It's midday. We are loaded up, ready. We've got all the gear to spike camp it up on top, right around 11,000 feet. We've talked to several locals and a good buddy that works here and lives here for part of the year, and part of him wonders if the elk have already moved out of here with the cold temps and snow that came last week. He said he saw a bunch of elk down low, and now people are not finding elk, just not seeing normal numbers that are usually around this type of year. So we're gonna go up top. We're gonna put on some serious miles today, just finding any fresh sign that we can, and if we find stuff, we're gonna be camping up there and hopefully find an elk. We've put a lot of effort. We put a lot of effort into elk up here, and like, just think about how many opportunities we've had. You could count them on one hand, you know? It's just, tough unit. It's just a tough everything. Everything that goes into hunting, pressure, air, just your general hunting unit, just where you are, what the terrain's like, numbers, like, all just adds up. A couple 2 hours, we'll be up there, sitting good. Tent's gonna be set up and we're gonna be finding some elk. Let's go. Stage 1's complete. Officially made it to camp. We are going to set camp up, probably get some water. 221. I'm pretty close. I said we were going to be setting our packs out at 223. It's a lot of work getting up here. Nothing super fresh on the sign front yet, but so a lot of walking to do ahead of us. Let's break it down. It's the first time breaking out the Argali stove. It's going to be cold tonight, and so we packed it in here, gave it a good excuse for us to bring it up here and try it out. We haven't messed around with it, but we're going to be needing it tonight, so we're going to set it up for the first time. Get a pile of wood ready to keep us warm. Alright, it's about 3:40 p.m. We need to get going, but just filled up this water. There's always a little stream over here that we get our water from. That filters it out. We gathered a bunch of wood for the stove. Got our bags all in here. Unloaded our gastronome, got the jet boil. So camp's officially set up. We've got probably 15-minute hike up to this first big meadow, and we're just gonna be looking hard for signs still and trying to figure out if there's elk up here. So I'm gonna head out. More of the same. I went way down. I cut one bull track going through there. The poop is like, not like within 24 hours, probably. I found a couple piles maybe within the last 3 to 5. Did you find anything better than that? No, are there any beat down trails coming out of there? No. Well, should we head back? I'm thinking I'll be right here with my gun. We came back to the first meadow that we scouted, and it's good enough. We aren't seeing anything that's blowing our minds away, but there's enough trails in here. And we've hunted this meadow a lot, and I don't think I've ever seen as many trails. There's like probably 4 entries into this meadow. And again, like, we didn't find a steamy pile of shit. We didn't find like any like cut really nice tracks. There's a couple like within a few days. But this is our option. We got tomorrow to work with further stuff. So right now we're gonna sit, watch this meadow, and hope for the best. Hoping for a miracle.
Spoon. Making a spoon. One thing's consistent about Nate. He forgets his backcountry spoon every time. That should be fine.
Give me the rundown, man.
What kind of rundown are you looking for?
Give me an update.
We didn't really find fresh sign. No, that's a fact. We didn't find fresh sign. Sat that meadow tonight. Didn't see a single thing. Didn't hear anything. Kind of what we were hoping wouldn't happen, but Tom and I talked for 20 minutes when we got to camp, trying to decide if staying up here is our best bet or going down and trying to just find elk. We elected to stay up here because there's still some spots that we got to check off. We haven't seen anything fresh, but right now, this time of the year, you might just find them in just little pockets. So we're staying up here. We're going to give it tomorrow morning. We can either shoot one, or if we don't find anything, then we're going to head back down and game plan. So making some dinner. Got gastronome on the menu. And my personal favorite. So just trying to stay positive. It's hunting. Anything can happen. It's just something that we're still learning. New season, new hunt. It never goes as planned. So you just gotta kind of roll with the punches.
Slept pretty good last night. Clear skies. We are gonna be walking for probably the next hour. Gonna get up to some higher meadows, higher than we were yesterday evening. So just gonna walk through some of what we hunted yesterday. Try to just gain a little more elevation and hopefully find an elk. Basically like 60 yards to the edge of the meadows. Well, we worked pretty much as high as we could on this mountain. About 11,200, 300 feet, and we didn't catch any fresh sign. We didn't cut any good tracks or droppings or anything like that. So it's kind of leading us to believe that the elk might have moved out of here. We still have a few miles to work back to camp. We'll just still hunt our way back and try to just cut anything, but I mean, didn't spot anything remotely fresh or see any elk. So can't kill them. You can't locate a herd. So it's kind of just back to the drawing boards, but we're gonna still got a good hour of hunting. Gonna get back to camp and re-game plan. Back at camp. Already hit my steps goal by 8:40 a.m. But yeah, just gave it about 2 hours of walking around the mountain up top. Covered probably around 5 miles and no elk. So we're gonna tear down camp, and I honestly I have no idea what we're gonna do next. Going to a new spot. Never been there before, ever, but it's south of here, and that's where we're hoping the elk have moved a little bit. Hoping to find some kind of open spaces where we can maybe do some glassing. So let's find them. What's going on? We're at our trailhead. There's 4 trucks and a horse trailer. So there's definitely going to be other guys up there, but there's just so much ground up there. I mean, so many miles of forest. So I'm not really concerned about 4 trucks and some horses. I think there's going to be ample space to spread out, and it's just a new spot. So I'm just going to be a learning experience, whether we find hunters or find elk or whatever. So 2:20. Should be able to get up there by a little after 3 maybe. When did I update last? The truck? It's a little bit of a sufferfest getting up here. Got up to the top of this mountain, and we found the horses and what looked to be maybe an outfitter guide. He said, there's 2 groups out yonder, 2 groups yonder, and 2 groups yonder. We tried to take in between one of those yonders, and so we weren't running into their guys, but the first meadow we pop into, we see the same guy, horses, and several hunters. So it looks like they might be packing up. There's a big storm coming. So we were wondering if he was gonna get them off the mountain, because we wanted to hunt this big meadow. So we're gonna give it probably 10 minutes, see what they do. If they head out of here, we might hunt this area. If they don't, I don't know what we're gonna do. There's somebody walking. Alright guys, well, we found the freshest sign we've seen, sign within the last 24 hours. So we've got a spot where Thompson and I can look over this high meadow. We've got Dad probably 10 yards on the kind of the other side of this hill, looking down into the last meadow that we were in. So we're trying to cover both edges, but tons of tracks using this hillside that we're on. We put in a hell of an effort this afternoon, so we'd love to have it pay off. Gotta put some layers on, it's cold. That might be it for rifle elk. Didn't see anything. I mean, we got probably, when we get back to the truck, we'll probably have about 12 miles on the day. And we didn't see an elk, which is a lot of effort. This high ground up here, back above 11,000 feet, and we finally found a good elk sign. Like, we're probably 10 miles south of where we were. And we found fresh elk sign, but the issue is we're getting like freaking 16 inches of snow potentially tomorrow. So it's just not gonna, it's gonna change everything. So I think we're probably gonna be calling it a hunt tonight and closing down the cabin tomorrow and heading back, but it was a learning experience. So I'm always grateful to be hunting elk, to be in the mountains, spending time out here. Definitely didn't go how I thought it was going to go, but again, you live and you learn.